This is a 1953 Ford F100, first year of the F100. This one's had a few little modifications done to it. Got a couple of little rattles in here, nothing major. Transmission shifts perfect. It's got a Chevy 350 V8 with a 350 turbo automatic transmission. The engine runs strong. Good RPMs. The speedometer is not hooked up. Other than that, all the gauges work. I think the fuel gauge may be off a hair. If I was going to keep this truck, I'd put the original fuel tank back in it. It's got power disc brakes. It does not have power steering, but it steers pretty easily. The voltage meter works. Temp gauge works. Oil pressure works. Got a nice sounding engine. Exhaust sounds really nice. This truck's been fitted with a tilt forward front end, and I need to unlock it so I can show it to you. Little hood latch in here. Like I said, it's got a Chevy 350 V8. It runs strong. It's not beautiful, but it could use an engine detail. Spend 150 bucks on some valve covers and air cleaner. It would look real nice. I'd probably give it a tune-up, and if I was going to show the truck, I mean, you know, paint the headers and everything. But it does have long tube headers. They sound really nice. The exhaust sounds great. Never runs over 180. It's got I guess it's got a 180 thermostat in it. Never gets over 180. Got a good radiator in it. And really cool stance, you know. The tilt forward front end is a really cool showpiece, especially. This truck's got a really nice offset of Boyd Coddington aluminum wheels, and I don't even know if Boyd Coddington makes those wheels anymore, but I remember when they did, they were expensive. Cost about 1,800, 2,000 bucks for a set of wheels like this with tires. I believe, let me check, they are 17s. Yeah, they're 17-inch wheels, and they'd be 17 by 8s in the front, 17 by 9.5 in the back. They really set this truck off, make it look really sharp. Tires are like brand new, or pretty, I'm gonna say, maybe I shouldn't say brand new, but have really good tread on them. I think the rear tires actually are like brand new. The front ones have a touch of wear on them. So anyways, the front end, it goes up and down really easily. One thing that you can do too with this truck that is not too expensive is add a hydraulic lift to the front, where you can push a button and it actually pushes it up and down. It's got a cool hood scoop. It's obviously non-functioning at this point, but it does have that little kind of hot rod touch to it. Of course, hot rod wheels. The body on this is super straight. It is a fiberglass front end. All the wiring is in good shape. Brake lights work. The truck, I mean, you touch the key, it fires right up. I think I've found 1 or 2 tiny itsy bitsy rust spots on this truck. We're gonna go looking for them in a minute and see if we can find them. I mean, the truck's not perfect, but it's not perfect price either. And I've been really blown away watching the truck market and seeing that these things are really creeping on up. So the thing I like about this truck is it's ready to drive just like it is. Jump in it, drive it to work every day. It's ready to go. It's got a nice consistent paint job from bumper to bumper. It's a driver quality paint job. It's got a couple of little tiny, you know, a nick here, a little scuff there. But overall, you know, that's what we call a 15-footer, you know, to even a 10-footer. I mean, I'm standing less than 10 feet away from it right now. And the only imperfection that I see, a couple of imperfections are, there's a couple of little scratches here. And that is a steel fender. The only thing that's not steel is the hood, which is fiberglass. Everything else is original steel. There are a couple of small, if you get up on it, there are some tiny little bubbles here on the bottom of the door. Back of the cab corners are in great shape. There is this custom roll pan down here. Looks like the weld has come undone. That's not necessarily unusual. It's not the best body work, but the fenders are in excellent condition. The bed is in excellent condition. Again, touch of tiny itsy bitsy bubbles here, but overall the, you know, cab corners look awesome, and maybe 2 or 3 tiny little bubbles here. Other than that, the truck on the body, as far as the body's concerned, I would call this a 99% rust-free body, just being what it is. The interior is in good shape. Hinge pockets are what everybody's always asking about. Bottoms of the doors are in good shape. One little spot of rust there. Other than that, in good shape. The paint inside matches and it's really clean. Dash looks good. It's got a new CD player. I think that it needs to be hooked up more correctly, but it does have a new CD player with new 6x9s here. So just wiring it right back up. I mean, it's a brand new one, so it should work. I think the wires one of the wires may have gotten disconnected. I couldn't get it to turn on, but it's just a simple wiring thing. Horn works. It's got a headliner. It's got the bench seat out of probably a newer, looks like maybe a Chevrolet truck or something like that. Maybe an S10, 80s model S10 or something like that. Nice clean inside. Windows are all in great shape with new weather stripping. They're the tinted windows. They roll up and down well. The other side as well. The floor pans don't have any rust in them. I'm gonna get up underneath the truck here in just a second and lay down on that hot Georgia asphalt after I roll this window up. Looks like there's a touch of scratching happening on the on this window. It's a little tougher to going up and down, and that may not even be a scratch. Actually, that looks like, yep, actually that looks like a bug or something that got on there, so that actually would clean off. I just rolled that window down a minute ago and looks like it got a bug or something down in there, and then made that strap. Underneath the truck, it's got newer step-ups. They're rust-free. Look at those floor pans. They're in great shape. The truck is the original frame and suspension. It's not been clipped. It does have a power disc upgrade. Flowmaster exhaust. And like I said, everything under here, from what I can tell, is rust-free. I know there's some spots here. This is a typical spot for these trucks to rust, and it looks nice and clean. Inner fender wells. Obviously the fiberglass isn't going to rust, but these are typical spots where these trucks rust out. Look how clean that is. I mean, really, really clean. Like I said, what I would be honest and call like a 95 or 99% rust-free truck. I mean, it's going to have a couple of tiny spots, but step-ups are in perfect condition. Look at the floor pans. Very good condition. Frame rails are perfectly rust-free. Inner fender wells in the back. You can't see it now, but when you turn the lights on, one of the things is on the tailgate, all rust free here. That's what I was showing you. This Ford on the back, this custom Ford actually lights up. Of course, it's got that custom exhaust coming out. And here's the cool thing: if you want to go back more to original, it's not that hard to undo this, you know, roll pan in the back and take it back. Look at how clean this truck is. It does have a GM rear end and front spindles, so it is a 5x4 3/4 bolt pattern. So those are Chevrolet wheels on it. I mean, what a sick looking truck though. I mean, this thing's cool. It sounds good. It runs good. Tinted windows. I mean, it's really ready to roll right now. I don't think that the windshield wipers work. Let me double check that since I've got the camera rolling. Okay, yeah, I don't believe the wipers do work. I do know that the lights do work. Even the gauges on the front are lighting up. You can see the lights are on now. And maybe the rear, we can see that that Ford lights up. It just kind of barely glows, but you can see that the lights are on down below. So like I said, brake lights work. I believe the turn signal works. So there you have it. I think this is a really clean truck, great price. It does have a nice clean bed that's been had a steel plate welded in the bottom. Probably two things I would do to the truck if it was mine. I may not care as much about the bed, but it does have this fuel cell in the back. I'm not crazy about those. I would probably put the original tank back under it, or maybe get a small GM tank to go underneath the back of the bed and do a little custom job there. Other than that, maybe recovering the seat that's in there, giving it a new upholstery, put a nice little, you know, maybe pleat on it, like just a simple, you know, vinyl leather-like pleat. Reupholster the seat, put a new gas tank in it, and drive it. It doesn't need anything else. It looks awesome. The paint looks great. Maybe a couple of touch-up spots if you were going to be super picky, but somebody's going to be getting a sweet truck when they get this one.